A Connecticut father is speaking out about the anti-Semitic harassment he says forced his son to change schools. In a new op-ed for Newsweek, documentary filmmaker Andrew Goldberg writes that starting last year, classmates began harassing his 11-year-old son in the Westport Public School District. Goldberg wrote, "One student, whom my son considered to be a friend, invited my son to sign up for his camp, which had great showers, Camp Auschwitz." Later on, that same student allegedly started telling his son, quote, "We must exterminate the Jews on a regular basis." Eventually, after Goldberg enrolled his son in a private school for his safety, he says the old school district offered to pay the new tuition, but only if the family agreed to never speak publicly about what happened. Last week, in response to the allegations, the Westport School's superintendent wrote to parents, quote, "Let me be clear. Anti-Semitism is vile and is never tolerated in our schools. When we receive reports of anti-Semitism, we always respond and take action to keep our students safe and issue appropriate consequences, including discipline." He added that he had met with local Jewish leaders to, quote, "talk about what we can do moving forward." Joining us now, reporter for the Free Press, Francesca Bloch. She writes about that incident and many others happening around the country in a new piece entitled "How U.S. Public Schools Teach Anti-Semitism." Francesca, thank you for coming on with your reporting. Tell us what else is happening and how it's sort of, in a sense, being taught.
Thank you so much for having me on today. What I can tell you is that in my reporting, I found that anti-Semitism is rampant in U.S. public schools. And this ranges from curriculum that's being taught. There's curriculum from the Brown University Choices program, for example, that actually accepts funding from Qatar for its Middle East curriculum. And this curriculum is being taught to over 1 million students around the world in all 50 states. In addition to that, we have stories of Andrew Goldberg and his family. I spoke to many parents who told me about anti-Semitism their kids face that I never could have imagined. One student, for example, who would walk the halls of his public middle school in the Bronx, and his friends and his classmates would give him a Nazi salute. And in another instance, they made a Snapchat group where they would send him some of the most horrific anti-Semitic memes I've ever seen. One including a picture of Adolf Hitler and the quote, "When you see your gas bill." And so this is rampant. The teachers I spoke to say that they see swastikas in the bathrooms etched onto school desks all the time, to the point where it's almost become normalized.
Francesca, do we know in the Westport case, Mr. Goldberg's son, do we know if the parents of that boy who said what he is alleged to have said were the parents of that boy dealt with?
Unfortunately, I don't know that information. What I do know is I spoke to Andrew Goldberg for my story as well in the Free Press, and he told me that he felt a constant frustration with dealing with the school board, feeling like the school district didn't take its situation seriously, what his son was going through seriously. And it felt like, in his mind, victim blaming, that the school brought his son in and told his son, try to sit at a new lunch table, rather than actually dealing with the root of the problem.
So also in that piece, you have a story, an example of a Midtown Manhattan public school where the teacher at the head of the class has a series of noses portrayed, and she asks her students, her pupils, I believe it was sixth grade, was it sixth grade?
It was pre-K.
Pre-K, that's even worse. What does it mean to have a nose like that? And go ahead, tell the story.
Yeah, so this is from PS 59 here in New York City, and this teacher put out this poster asking her 4- and 5-year-old students to essentially, she said she was teaching them about the human body, but she asked them the question, why do people have different noses? And the image has a picture of a hooked nose, 2 small noses, and 1 nose with a nose ring. And then at the bottom, she wrote, I think people have different noses based on their ethnic identity. Now, when I spoke to another member of the school who's Jewish, she said this was clearly anti-Semitic. It reminded her exactly of Nazi comics, of these anti-Semitic tropes of Jews having big noses.
Pre-K.
In pre-K.
Let me ask you this. As you probably know, we had a big hate summit last year at the White House. And to hear that what you referred to Brown University and this teacher here in Manhattan, aside from what students do, which you've laid out, what is being done to penalize those in the school system, teachers, etc., all the way up, that actually teach or enable this as part of what students are getting? Because there's one thing for another student to be anti-Semitic, homophobic, Islamic, or whatever the race is, racist. It's another if it is inherent, as you inferred in terms of Brown University, in the actual teaching of students, because now you're getting it from someone of influence that you feel is giving fact.
Exactly, and I think the problem is many parents feel there is no accountability. Even teachers feel that they don't have accountability for their fellow colleagues. I'll give you an example here in New York City as well. On November 9th, there was a student walkout. Hundreds of students walked out of school, and they were attending a pro-Palestine protest in Bryant Park. Ahead of the walkout, the chancellor of New York City schools told teachers and reminded them of their contract, stating that you cannot express and espouse political beliefs during school hours on school grounds. And yet, despite that warning, many teachers joined that protest, holding signs saying "Teachers for Palestine." They walked out of school with their students. And as far as I know, and as far as my sources know, none of them have faced any consequences. In fact, when I reached out to the Department of Education for comment for this story, the spokesperson told me that they were unaware that teachers had even attended the protest.
Reporter for the Free Press, Francesca Block, thank you so much for your reporting this morning, and thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.